Welcome to another Downshift. In this video, I'm going to take you through one of my favorite rollout sequences, the midsection massage. Now, rolling or self-massage with some basic tools is a game changer. It can help you prepare for a workout, to open up your respiratory mechanics. It can help manage pain or take off the edge of anxiety before a performance or public speaking event. And most importantly, for our purposes, it can help you to unwind and get ready for bed after a tough, activating day. This is because self-massage stimulates multiple nerve endings within the fascial tissue, which helps to tamp down the sympathetic response and allow that parasympathetic, the rest, digest, recover system to start to arise. All you need for this midsection massage is a little bit of floor space, a cushion or prop for your head, and a large massage tool. I'll be demonstrating on this soft, squishy, gorgeous ball, but really any inflatable 7 to 9 inch Pilates or yoga ball, or even a kid's ball will suffice. And if you don't have this, then you can still use a rolled up towel or a rolled up yoga mat and get much of the same effect. I'll be demonstrating on both in this video. This sequence is a bit of a longer one, which is going to be perfect if you need a little bit of extra time to help you settle, to down-regulate into that safe rest, digest, recovery state. However, if you're still not quite sold on this whole rolling thing yet, I'd invite you to give it a try just for a few minutes, and I think you're going to be surprised at the impact that even just a little bit of this self-massage can have. Like I said, it's a game changer. Let's start laying on your back. Just take a few moments to feel your body and its connection to the ground. Your feet, your hips, your thoracic spine, your upper back and shoulders, and the back of your head. Feel the way that the ground is supporting you. And if you can feel that you're holding any tension, let it go and release that weight to the ground. This is going to give us a good baseline so that we can feel the effect of the work that we've done later on. Now take a moment and tune into your breath. Don't try to change what it's doing. Simply observe it. Feel where in your body is the breath most active. In the abdomen, in the ribs, or even above the collarbone and your shoulders. Now we're going to grab our tool, our ball, or our rolled up towel, and we're going to place it into the side of our abdomen, between the top of our pelvis and the bottom of our ribs. We're going to prop up our head with a pillow or a prop so that we keep our neck in good alignment. And simply find a good position to perch on top of that ball and let your body settle. Again, tune into those parts of yourself that are in contact with the ground, be it the mat or the ball or the pillow that you're resting your head on, and allow that weight to sink into the ground, into the ball. Now, as you inhale, gently direct your breath so that you feel it expand against the ball. And then on the exhale, allow the ball to sink a little more deeply into the tissues of the side of your abdomen. And from this position, take some nice, long, slow breaths with a good, long exhale. On the next inhale, you're going to breathe into the ball, feeling your abdomen expand. Then create some tension in the side of your abdominal muscles as though you're trying to push the ball out. Hold that tension for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhale and release, nice and slow, allowing your body to sink more deeply towards the ground. And then repeat on your own time. Inhale. At the top, hold a nice contraction, then a long, slow exhale. As you release on that exhale, feel your body sink more deeply towards the ground and feel that ball settle into the tissues in the side of your abdomen. If this is uncomfortable or too intense, or you're new to this kind of work, then let some of the air out of the ball or unroll that mat or towel you're using to make it a little less intense. What we want is softness and release. And if the body is creating tension to brace against it, we want to undo some of that tension a little bit. Just a couple more contract, relax breaths. Next, we're slowly going to turn side to side, moving at glacial speed, turning our belly and shoulders towards the ceiling so that the ball rolls into the tissues of our low back. Then we roll back to our side and point our belly and our shoulders towards the ground so that we start to get into the tissues of the front of the abdomen, the psoas muscle. As you're going back and forth, side to side with this slow, sloth-like speed, if you get to a point that's very tense, a knot of muscles, pause there for a few moments and try a contract and relax breath there. Create a little tension and then release it on the exhale. Moving side to side, slow and sloppy. If you've got issues with your blood pressure or are starting to feel a little lightheaded on those contract, then relax a little bit. Don't try to create as much tension. We're not trying to create maximal effort with these contract relaxes. We're just creating a little tension in the area so that when we release it, the body relaxes just a little bit more. Now you're going to take the ball or the roll out from underneath you, move your cushion to the side, and lay on your back again. Just take a moment to feel the work that you've just done. Breathe a little more space into that area. Again, feel that connection to the ground and observe what your breath is doing at this moment. Next, we'll move towards the front. Place the ball on the front of your belly, starting at the navel and then exploring along that center line where it feels most comfortable. If you move it closer to the ribs, you might find it a little more difficult to breathe because of the pressure it puts on the diaphragm. If you put it below the navel towards the top of the pelvis, you might find some discomfort because of the pressure it puts on the internal organs. Again, feel free to let some air out of the ball or to unroll the towel to the mat in order to make this more comfortable if you need it. And when you find that spot, settle in a little bit, resting your forehead on your hands or your forearm. And once again, releasing your weight into the ground and allowing your body to sink over the ball, allowing the ball to sink nicely into the tissues, letting your breath expand and contract, massaging your internal organs. Next, we're going to do contract and relax breaths here. Breathe in, feeling your belly expand against the ball. Then create tension with the front of your abdominal muscles as though you're trying to push the ball away, holding that for about 3 to 5 seconds. Then releasing it on an exhale, allowing the ball to sink a little bit more deeply into those tissues. And then repeat on your own time. As we massage our internal organs like this, it's quite common to hear things shifting around, gurgling or the passing of wind. This is perfectly healthy responses. In fact, this can often be an indicator that the parasympathetic nervous system is engaged. When we are in a sympathetically aroused state, in survival mode, that fight-flight, our body deprioritizes our digestion. It moves that energy towards those larger muscles to fight or to run away. So when we reintroduce a sense of safety into our nervous system, that energy, that blood comes back to the digestive process and gets things moving again. Next, we're going to move side to side across the ball, allowing a good wave of pressure to travel from one side of our abdomen to the other, moving at a slow, glacial speed once again. And anywhere between the top of the pelvis and the bottom of the rib cage is fair game. So feel free to move about as you move side to side, dragging pressure across the ball. Nice and slow, sloppy movements. Personally, I find that when I am rolling out my abdomen, I'll often feel clicks and pops and releases in my low back. This is because although many of us feel pain or stiffness or tightness in our low back, it can often be the muscles of our abdomen that are struggling, that are tight and locked up in order to try to keep us stable and upright and protected. So if you are dealing with low back pain, rolling out the abdomen like this can be a great way to release those tense muscles. All right, now remove the ball for a few moments. Just lie on your belly. Once again, feeling the ground, tuning into the felt sensations in your body, observing your breath. Now that we've rolled one side and the belly, there should be more space. So now we're going to roll onto our other side. Again, placing that ball between the top of your pelvis and the bottom of your rib cage, with a cushion or prop under your head to support your neck. And you're going to find that sweet spot and perch on top of the ball and allow yourself to settle in, allowing your body to sink to the ground and allowing the ball to sink into the tissues on the side of your abdomen. As you breathe in, you feel your breath expand the belly against the ball. And as you breathe out, you feel the body sinking more deeply over the ball. Next, we're going to do contract and relax breathing. Breathe in, feel the belly expand, then create 3 to 5 seconds of tension as though you're trying to push the ball away with the side abdominal muscles, and then release on a nice, long, full exhale, allowing your body to sink to the ground and allowing the ball to sink more deeply into the tissues of the side of your abdomen. And repeat on your own rhythm. Next, as before, we're going to start turning side to side, nice and slowly, moving our belly and shoulders towards the ground so that the front of our abdomen gets a good massage, and then rolling back to the side, and then turning slightly towards the ceiling so that the muscles of our low back, those tight QL muscles, get a good massage. Whenever you find a tense or particularly tight spot, pause here and do a contract and relax breath to allow even more release. And then resume that slow side-to-side roll. Now finally, we're going to roll onto our back, removing the cushion and placing the ball on the top of the pelvis into the tissues of the low back. When you're using firmer massage tools, you want to be careful not to roll too close or directly on top of the spine. However, because we're using something softer with a little more global pressure, we're a little more safe to roll directly over. And we're going to feel our body just sink and settle a little bit. The low back naturally has a little arch to it. However, if the tool you're using is creating too much arch, again, feel free to let some of the air out or to unroll that towel or that mat a little bit more. When we elevate our hips like this and put our body into a gentle slope, it also triggers the baroreceptor reflex, which is another thing that's going to cue our nervous system that it's time to downregulate, to engage that parasympathetic nervous system. Now, we're going to slowly move our hips side to side so that we drag that ball along the tissues of our low back along the top of our pelvis. Slow, sloth-like speed, moving the ball from one side to the other and then back again. If you get to an area that feels particularly tight or tense, pause and do another contract and relax breath. When you're doing this at home, particularly if you are using the Coregeous ball or a ball with a grippier surface, then doing it on your bare skin can actually improve the fascial release from this whole sequence. And finally, we're going to remove the ball from underneath us and once again lie on our back with our knees bent, feet on the floor, and just feel the overall effect of the work that we've done today. On the front of our abdomen, on the sides, and even in the low back. Feel the connection with the ground and observe what your breath is doing. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the midsection massage. How are you feeling right now? Any different than you were when you started this video? As you build up your own DownShift toolbox, I would encourage you to include a few reliable rollout sequences like this one, so that when you are in that overwhelmed, stressed, stuck in survival state, you can reach for something that you know you can reliably count on to help you down-regulate your system and get you back to that safe, connected, grounded place. If you're interested in learning a bit more about the power and potential of rolling, as well as things like breathwork, parasympathetic movement, or other healing and supportive vagal practices, then follow this account. And for the full immersive DownShift experience, we've got weekly online DownShift remote classes where you can learn the skill of chill from the safety and comfort of your own home. Thanks for trying it out today. Nice to see you.